Hello and welcome to this message about your extraordinary courage. Courage is a word that we use nowadays to mean bravery or confidence, or even hope. But if we look at the root of the word and the way that it developed, it actually came from the word for your heart and what is in your heart. And so this message today is about the extraordinary bravery of what is in your heart. So we have 3 readings today, and please take your time, do whatever it is that you need to do in order to align with the best message for you. And once you're ready, I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. The way that this particular message is coming through today, we start with a channeled message directly to you, as it were, and then we'll go into a reading perhaps about your circumstances or whatever it is that wants to come out as a message about your extraordinary courage. And so here is your channeled message. You are timeless. Your dignity cannot be diminished, and your true nature is without stain. You act with integrity, unafraid to meet life's challenges. You contain mysteries that not everyone can understand, and you are not here to play it small or hide what you are, simply because others don't find you easy to comprehend. Your heart is in all that you do, but that doesn't mean that you have left yourself vulnerable. You are showing the world a different, authentic way of being. That is your offering, but it is not an offering which leaves you with less for having given it. It is an offering which says, "See, a heart is a precious thing. I will show you how precious my heart is, because this is something I understand." And if others see this, they too might begin to understand how precious their hearts are. In your sovereignty, in your capacity for difference and authenticity, you teach others to cherish themselves and their own unique, strange, or exquisite offerings to the world. Dive into the depths of your unrivaled being, you tell the world, and you may come back up with treasure, the treasure of knowing yourself for all that you are. So group number 1, I see in your reading that you have the courage to face the process of letting go. You know that fruit trees need to be pruned in order to bear fruit, and rose bushes need to be pruned in order to produce bountiful flowers. You know that the world is beautiful, but also that it is beautiful within an ever-changing cycle of living and dying, and that old structures must eventually give way or collapse, and even as they do, they lay the foundation or the fertile ground for new life. Maybe you allow this sort of change within yourself. Maybe you are someone who has the courage to let go of old ways of thinking, or structures, or relationships, or any source of comfort or stability which you are attached to, in order to leave room for new growth within yourself, new perspectives or new connections. I think that you understand that the process of letting go is not without pain, and yet you're willing to undertake it. I think you also understand that allowing new things to grow can be surprising and require the total loss of your comfort zone, and still you choose to undertake this process, and you do so with reverence and with honor. I have the impression that your heart and your mind are in constant communication, which brings forth an extraordinary intelligence, as you are observing with clarity the full range of experiences of being in this world, without trying to subdue the emotions using your mind, or allowing your feelings to overrun your ability to think. This may be one of the ways you make this process so valuable, not just for yourself but for others as well, as you demonstrate this ability to navigate situations that would overcome a different person by continuing to allow the intelligence of your heart and the intelligence of your mind to inform one another. Maybe you're a poet or an artist, and so you are allowing people to see the treasures that you have brought out of these challenging experiences that you have faced. Maybe you allow space for completely different kinds of understanding to come to the surface and reframe what was normalized before. So this could be in facilitating groups or teaching people to understand things in a way that their eyes were not previously open to see. And what is remarkable is that you do this with warmth, with creativity and love. You are not sowing seeds of revolutionary ideas using the emotional technology of shame or making people appear foolish. You are bringing these changes forth with compassion and with kindness. You allow yourself to be fully human, complex, learning, making mistakes, grieving, and coming back to yourself, and coming back to love. And so I think there is an absolute brilliance to your extraordinary courage, Group 1. You truly are one of a kind, and the world is infinitely better for it. And so before I wrap up this reading today, there is a message for some of you here which wants to come through. And that message is this: beauty is coming for you, Group 1. If you have been diligently working and accepting all the challenges of your circumstances, and continuing to work hard and humbly, without losing your honor or your dignity, a new way of being is coming. Everything will come back into balance, and you will be in a time of sweetness again, with fresh eyes and with deeper understanding. And so that is where I will leave you today, Group 1, and thank you very much for coming to this reading, and I do wish you all the very best. Hello, dear Group number 2. The way that I am doing these particular readings today is beginning with a channeled message directly to you, and ending the reading with more of an intuitive reading about your circumstances or any insight or advice coming forward. And so we begin with the channeled message. You are radiant. You shine like a jewel in the world, magnetic and magnificent. Your beauty draws people to you, and even as it does, they know they could never contain you. You are worthy of a crown. That is the regal energy you bring into this world. You awaken desire in others and confront them with the intensity of their own passion. You are the dream, enticing people out of the mundane, a world-altering light, a reason to grow, a reminder that life is too short for stagnation. You remind people that there are some beings towards whom the only appropriate response is respect, and respect is the only appropriate response to you. You give the world this gift of letting people remember how extraordinarily fulfilling and meaningful it is to be able to treat another being with honor and integrity. The majesty you bring into the world allows people the opportunity to feel the measure of their own hearts when their heart calls them forward. People are waiting for you to speak. So, my dear group number 2, I see a message for you that you know the timing of things in the same way that a gardener knows not to harvest before the fruit is ripe. The insight that you offer comes from practice and experience developed over years which began in the initial passion to learn and to put what you had learned into practice, and then developed into the wisdom that offers the right medicine or the right tool for the right moment. What you offer is one from years of your own study, the steps on your own path which brought you stability or health or contentment. But you know as well that not everyone is able to see the gifts in what you offer. There are some who can't understand or appreciate the wealth of energy and wisdom contained in what you give, or the healing or clarity it might bring to their lives if they allowed themselves to receive it. In this case, I see that you have the confidence and the groundedness in your understanding of your own value to let these people pass by. You are a master of what you do, and you have the wherewithal to leave aside whoever can't appreciate you and let them find their own path without having the experience diminish your understanding of your own worth. You have nurtured yourself and your well-being, and you freely offer what you know. But if it is not wanted, you allow time and the ripening or readying of things to bring fruit to what needs to fruit and to clear away whatever is not aligned with you. There are some who are simply not ready to understand or feel what you have to say. Some people would feel burned or overwhelmed by it, and others are not willing to be confronted with such clarity. And I wonder, group 2, if you might not be someone with very sharp thoughts, a very precise mental acuity. There is a thread of cleansing or healing or purifying running through your reading, and these are not energies that everyone is ready to face, as they can demand that one sit with what is unhealthy in oneself or out of balance and confront all the pain that such lack of harmony or balance is creating. There is a metaphor coming to mind, and it is this. The light and the heat of the sun bring the volatile oils into the leaves of our aromatic herbs, Aromatic herbs are rosemary or oregano or thyme. And if we harvest these herbs at just the right time of day, when the sun has warmed them, typically we harvest in mid-morning, and the sun has brought their medicine to the surface, that is when we can make the most potent remedies or recipes. But if they stay too long in the sun, if we don't harvest until the heat of the afternoon, they begin to lose some of those volatile oils and some of that potency. And I am seeing that you are someone with the courage to harvest what you know at the right time and offer its medicine when it is at its best. And you know as well when it is time to let things rest. If we leave these medicine plants which we have gathered to wilt a little in the sunlight before we start the process of drying them, that evaporation of moisture facilitated by the sun will help us later when we are drying our herbs to store for the rest of the year. And so what is coming into focus is a message about the power of your energy. I think if you are a very powerful person, a very impactful person, then perhaps you have had to take the time to learn how to work with your power in order to bring out the best effects. Similarly to a herbalist, learning how to work with the power of the sun and harvest at the right time, you have had to hone your skills with timing or grace in how you offer what you do, and the subtle understanding of how to balance your power to bring out the most positive effect. That, I think, takes courage and commitment and makes you rather a special person in this world, as you have chosen not to blast or burn people with what you can do, but rather to develop the full range and the full understanding of your capabilities and direct them with precision and with kindness. It is as though you say to the world, "Look, I have gathered sunlight in this bundle of herbs, and even though if we were to go too near to the sun, we would catch fire, in these herbs we find that that same fire has become medicine, and you can make it into tea, and perhaps it will soothe a cough or lift your spirits." This is the level of deep wisdom that you bring to what you do, and how beautiful that you have learned to harness such power with so much respect and kindness. So I will leave you here, group number 2, and thank you very much for all that you are and all that you do. And I wish you all the very best. Hello, group number 3. The way that I am doing these readings today is to begin with a channeled message directly to you and finish the reading with an intuitive reading on any insight or advice for whatever you might be facing. So we begin with your channeled message. You are not hidden, but you are not for everyone to understand. You hold the key to unlocking new levels of wisdom. Those who are caught in the surface level appearance of things may miss the truth that you could show them. If they are distracted by such things, let them be. It will protect you from being harmed by anyone who can't hold the beauty you offer with true reverence. There are some who will misinterpret your true nature and imagine you would trap them in toxic or unhealed dynamics. They do not understand that the true lesson they would learn is love. Love for their wounded parts. Love for what they had to be in the past. Love for what they have clouded in shame. This is the true and sweet impact of your magic, but they can only approach you when they are ready to let love and gentleness lead the way. Until that time, they will confuse themselves about who you are and dishonor the pure gifts you offer. Until that time, they will mistake your gentleness for childishness. But you are not a child. You simply inhabit a realm of beauty that not everyone can understand. But how fortunate they are if they seek to understand the secrets you could show them, the secrets of compassionate love, the pathway of infinite divine blessings, the understanding that no karma is bad, it is simply balance, blessing, lesson, opportunity, understanding, and love, infinite love. Though you are limited to one body, the realm you inhabit is not limited by anything. Group number 3. I wonder if you might be feeling that you are in a place of desolation or loss, that the treasures you had hoped to find are somehow out of your reach, and there's confusion about where to focus and what to prioritize. Perhaps you're being shown other treasures at this time, but this may be an uncomfortable journey. There is a message here to trust that there is a deepening of understanding happening. If the world is presenting you with lots of opportunities just now, but none of them are feeling clear or certain, then what a chance you have to deepen your appreciation for each thing you're being presented with. If you are in a process of decision-making, you will naturally seek to understand each opportunity in front of you, and we have no way to know the value that such an exploration could bring into your life in the future, both because you will gain deeper understanding of yourself in relationship to these different opportunities, and as you gain deeper understanding of these things outside of you as they relate to the world. An example coming to mind would be job hunting. If you are wanting to change or expand your career, then you would research each of the organizations you're interested in working for, and learn their strengths and weaknesses, as well as considering your strengths and weaknesses and what you have to offer them. And so you gain more knowledge both of the world and of yourself, especially if you undertake any particular study or research in order to find this out. This could also apply to dating. If you are going on lots of different dates and meeting all kinds of different people, and then you have this opportunity to learn from them about how they see the world and what they like, And through that experience, you also learn more about how you see the world and what you like and what you don't like. And so I wonder if at this moment in time you are feeling that you are not fully able to harvest the fruits of your labor, but as this is a message which is speaking to your extraordinary courage, please do allow me to commend you for daring to go through this process of learning and evaluation, including risks that you might be taking in order to grow and expand in this particular way. You are daring to leave behind your comfort zone and face experiences which may be very uncomfortable, and I really encourage you to find some practices to help you stay grounded. There are plenty of meditations or therapeutic practices that we can find in order to help ourselves feel centered through difficult times. Be tenacious in your commitment to finding moments of sweetness and appreciation, especially as you may be confronted with these challenges or awkward truths about yourselves or others. This could also be a time when you are having to face some patterns in yourself, whether those are addictive patterns or your habits around money or resources. Develop this muscle of holding yourself with kindness and compassion, even in the face of disappointment or confusion. Because if you do develop this foundation of kindness and gentleness with yourself when you are in the midst of a challenge, there is really no one who can take that foundation away from you. And that means that whatever success you do go on to build, it is built on this solid ground of your unconditional positive regard for yourself. And any future job or relationship or whatever it is that you are building, it will not have the ability to hook you with feelings of shame or inadequacy or feeling less than. And so you are less likely to be taken down or stuck in an unhealthy dynamic, or any dynamic which does not serve or honor you. So this is a beautiful thing that you are giving yourself as you allow yourself what might be a clean break or a clean foundation on which to build. And although this process may be uncomfortable just now, I see that there will also be many beautiful moments along the way, many things to appreciate as you work your way back to a more harmonious place, both in your inner world and in your place and relationship to the outside world. And so, group number 3, I do hope that this message of encouragement lands for you and that you are able to feel some relief from it. And I will leave you here and thank you for coming to this reading, and I wish you all the very best.